What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists out there? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the catch-up coffee break series. Well, in this instance, it's a tea break. I'm going to have a sip. So, it's just like a bullet point of what's been going on in the week and, all that sort of stuff and any other news, really, I got for you. So, today, I finally look tired. More tired than usual. It's because I am. I'm really tired. I've really pushed myself today. Walked my butt off today. Walk. And I've been in the water swimming. I figure it's hydrotherapy, right? I've also been looking through my Zombicide book here, and I've got my magnifier. It's not in this room now, but it's it's a sheet that you can put over your book, and you switch it on, it lights up and everything, and it magnifies the whole thing, the whole page. And fortunately, swinging my eye. Fortunately, the fonts on these the rules are pretty clear and easy to see, far easier than some other things. So I've been able to actually get through that, and I've been enjoying it. Really been enjoying that. I'm never going to take reading for granted again. I tell you, I swear. When things get better, never going to take that for granted again. But yeah, so, oh man, it's such a busy day. We got a busy old day tomorrow. Well, planned. Got a wardrobe to build. I know. Done one of them already, because it's the same wardrobe as one we've already got. So it's kind of something we've gone through before, but it wasn't easy. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of work involved. But if we start early enough, we should hopefully get there, and then we'll have earned ourselves a cup of tea in the garden. I think, speaking of which, I will get that courtyard garden video to you guys for the patrons, because it probably will be a continuation of Around the Garden in 80 Days. That's a playlist on the channel here. And obviously it's not a garden like I used to have. It's like an enclosed courtyard now, but guys, I love it. I absolutely love it, And yeah, certainly been working. I can certainly feel I feel like I've done exercise today. Sorry if I'm leaning forwards. I've got the camera really close and zoomed out as far as it'll go, because else I can't see if I'm in shot or not. It's just difficult right now. So just bear with me, guys. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'm really missing painting. Really, really missing painting. I can sit and look at the models in front of me and kind of plan what I'm gonna do. And that's something I'm going to need to do with the Zombicide 2nd edition models. Now I'm in a bit of a quandary here with that, because I've got all the 1st edition models. Now, do I get the upgrade kit to upgrade the original characters? And it won't be all the original characters, because original characters, I think zombies as well, to 2E. There's so many 1st edition characters, wasn't there? It'd just be the core ones, I should think. But man alive, yeah, they are, what's the word? There's a lot of them, put it that way. It doesn't. I've almost got through to the end of the rules on Zombicide 2, and I was careful with the the magnifier and everything. I haven't seen any mention of the zombivores. It doesn't look like you've got them in this game, which is probably a good thing, because I wasn't that big of a fan of them anyway. I didn't use them in my Zombicide games. I thought they were just a bit pointless, to be truthful. The fact that you've got an extra wound now, I think more than makes up for that fact. Just makes it a little bit harder to kill you as a character to begin with. I think that more than makes up for the fact that you don't have zombivores. Yeah, I was never really a fan. Then you had the zombivore miniatures to paint. It just, I was never really into that. I painted them up, of course, but I just never bothered playing. So I got some footage today as well, just a little tiny bit for. It was going to be a short, but I couldn't get onto the internet. My phone was playing up, so I just shot a little bit for a random video. I also did a little short video for my other channel, a werewolf. So I did that. I was able to download that onto my laptop, so should be able to. If by the way, if I do videos like this and you see, and the audio is slightly out of sync with the visual, apologies. That's just me not being able to see on the video editor to line up the soundtrack, the audio file. So but I know you guys are very patient, and I do appreciate that. It does kind of worry me a little bit that if I can't get enough content out, everybody will up and leave or whatever, and I really don't want that, because I value the friendship that I have with you guys on the line here. And this thing I'm going through right now with my eyes due to my MS, it's just part of my life that it's not a hobby thing, but it's just something I share with everybody, because it helps me get through it. But and the hobby itself, as you know, is part of my therapy, which is why I'm so gutted I can't paint right now. Well, all I can do is slap a bit of paint on, like for a primer or something, and that's the limit of what I can do. Maybe I can prep a load of miniatures. Maybe I can prep a load of miniatures for the future. Who knows? Maybe. Loads of people on the beach today. We went down on the beach later when everybody else was going home, so it was kind of nice because we just lit up the road. So it was like, I gotta go beach now, Very, very tired, but I wanted to push myself, because I know in the long run it's gotta help, right? I think hydrotherapy. Some more tea a minute. I think hydrotherapy is an amazing healing technique for different things, muscular pains, aches and pains in general. I'm sure it can be doing me good. I mean, nice being in the sea today, in the salt water and everything. Sorry, I get waves of fatigue, like, not fatigue, but bad choice of words there. A wave of energy depletion. I don't know what else to call it. Sorry, I shouldn't have called that fatigue. Fatigue is something completely different, but I know people misconstrue it. Anyway, so my tea's finished now, by the way, but that's okay. It's nice. It's still nice to be sat in my hobby room. I love it, my hobby room. So I used to have a studio. If anybody watching that's not as that hasn't been with me all the years, if you've only recently started watching, I used to have a studio, a purpose-built studio for my hobby, which I had done back in Plymouth. So when we moved, it was always agreed, whatever we move, you're going to have a hobby space or a space to do your hobby. It's not going to be like a broom cupboard or something like that. It's a fair sized room, to be truthful. I would say it would be nearly probably the same size as what the studio was. It's just a different shape. The studio is longer, but slightly narrower. It was a good studio though. It was all fully insulated and everything, and double glazed window and door. But now, of course, it's a spare room in my house, and of course, it has a double glazed sash window here. Actually, the window's actually open right now. It's good because you can pull them down or pull them up. Because it's quite it's getting warmer now. It's getting warmer. So have the window open. Why not? Why not? So yeah, so that's good. There's not much else hobby-wise. Oh, I did get some. I'll see if I can show them to you. I ordered some 3D printed alien chestburster models, and I ordered them way before I had this eyesight problem. It's taken ages for them to arrive, but they finally did arrive. I'll show them to you. They're very small. They're all the same, so if I show you one, there's only 3 of them. They come on separate bases, which has been 3D printed, and just like little worm thing there, that little chest burster. Okay. Don't know if you can see that there. Can't tell if it's in focus. My hand's in the way. But yeah, it seemed like forever to get these. I can't really tell if there's a good detail on it or not. I just can't see. But I think it is. And the reason I say that is because I can feel the ridges under my finger on my left hand. I can feel the ridges on it. So it's got to have some sort of detail, right? Yeah, that makes me think it's got detail. And yeah, so these bad boys are going to be used in my games of Alien, the RPG game, right? I've got some figures for that. The figures I've got for that are 32mm. The reason I've gone 32mm with that is primarily because I don't have any other sort of, well, I didn't up until that point. I didn't have any other sci-fi role-playing game, and I wanted to have a set of miniatures to use for it. A bit like back in the day when I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, and that was like the only role-playing game around, it seemed. And miniatures were very hard to come by. Everybody had a handful though, so they were very select what ones you had. And so that's kind of the same sort of mentality I've been using for this with 3D printing. There seems to be an abundance of them that seems very suitable for Alien, the role-playing game. There's loads of them online, eBay is awash with 32mm sci-fi models, it seems. Of course, the other sci-fi role-playing game I've got now since is Blade Runner. But I don't think I'm going to be getting miniatures for that game. I think I want to play that game, Theatre of the Mind. And when so I've got a friend who wants me to. He's been on about me DMing games for a long time. He's got a few people interested. So we've been talking about doing it online, Roll20, whatever, doesn't matter. But he's planning on coming here to stay or see me at some point, and then we'll discuss properly, him and I, what we're going to do about what role-playing games and what role-playing game we're going to play, or games, as a group. Talking of group role-playing, my local nerd shop, it's called Item Drop, just down the road, very handy. God, it's so hard to walk by it and not go in. I did it today, I managed it. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but bear with me. I managed to walk by the shop today and not go in. It was so hard. My wife said, why don't you just go in there if you want to go in there? I said, because my dear, if I go in there, I won't come out empty-handed. She went, fair enough. It's so hard, isn't it? And I know, it seems daft, doesn't it? Like, let's get some paints or brushes or whatever to be painting miniatures with, or even buying models when I can't see them to paint. But you got to maintain the mindset of, it's only temporary, and yeah, I'm going to be painting them in the future, so I will need the paints and the brushes and the models, whatever. But that's the thing. I am going to be in the future, and although I don't need extra paints, this, that, and the other. It's like, it just makes you feel better, doesn't it? Makes you feel, you've still got something to show for a shitty week at work or whatever. You think, no, I deserve something. But anyway, I digressed, and I've remembered what it was I was going to say. You see, gaming. They run a gaming group or groups there after hours, and I've seen them. My wife and I have seen them. We went out the other night, my wife and I think it was Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. Yeah, last night was this is one night in particular. Walked by the shop. It's, I don't know what time it was, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening. Lights are all on. I'm thinking, blimey, they normally are closed by now. Yeah, there's people in there, they're gaming, they're eating, takeaways, whatever they're doing, and they're having a great time. And I thought, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Keeps it alive. That's good. I haven't played a role-playing game, sat around a table for a few years now. Gosh, it seems like an eternity ago since I discovered the whole solo thing. But again, there's so much joy to be had from that, and that's the direction I've gone now with that. But that's I'm not opposed to doing that. I mean, the online thing, it's kind of going to seem like solo, even though there's real people interacting and be able to see them on the screen and whatever. But it will seem like solo role playing. I don't know why. Because I suppose I'll be here on my own doing it, I suppose. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Thinking might do the odd live video in the future. They'll only be short if I do them. They're not hours like some people do them, because I just can't. I can't sit still for that length of time, you know. But I might get around to it. You know, it'll be an hour tops, because I can do that. You know, I can do an hour. I can do a good hour. And I'm thinking if I pull it off and I do a schedule, and well, not so much a schedule, but if I let people know, oh, I'm gonna do a live slot from, I don't know, such and such a time between that and that, maybe people will watch. I don't know. I've got some unboxings to do. Looking forward to doing them, because I've had them for quite some time, and I really want to look in the boxes and see what's in them. It's role playing stuff. But yeah, I want to be adding to my. I suppose I could add to my retirement shelf, which is just over there. You see those rainbow coloured drawers on top, but backaways as well. It's quite impressive now. It's quite the display, actually. It's going to seem a shame to ruin it, you know, when I come to actually take some stuff off it. But it's like being in a little shop of my own, you know. And going around going, ooh, I like that. Oh, it's mine. There's a couple of things on there. I've got the old Warhammer Fantasy skeletons. Got two of them, 2 boxes of them, because I want to have a set, just to have the set, you know, to collect it. But I want to have a set to build and paint as well. You only get like 4 miniatures in the box, but years ago when I first started the hobby, I found a couple of old Warhammer boxes of miniatures in a charity shop. I was like, whoa! Just bought them, you know, because I thought, well, I don't know, come in handy someday. But I bought these. I mean, I don't know what happened to it. I don't even know what the other thing was, but one of the boxes was skeletons, the old Warhammer Fantasy skeletons. I built them, I painted them really well, you know. I mean, there's not a lot to them, is there? But for some reason, I don't know what madness, I sold them. Probably because I thought, well, I'm into Warhammer 40k as opposed to fantasy, and I could, you know, use the funds elsewhere. But did I regret it? You know, it's one of those things you regret model wise if you sell something or get rid of something. Never get rid of anything if you can help it, because you will regret it at some point. It may not be straight away, but you will regret it eventually. So, you know, don't do it. Anyway, guys, hey, we're 24 minutes in here. It's turning into a real ramble. This is Chill with Pete. Supposed to be chilling over the cup of coffee or tea. It was tea, but I was so thirsty, and it had already cooled down. It's been cooling down for quite a while. So, I've had my work week's been awfully stressful. It's been a bad week. So much stress. It's untrue. So, being off for a few days now is good. It's really good. I really need it. I've forgotten. This is a bank holiday weekend, you see. So we got the Monday off as well, but we also put in for the Tuesday off too. I'm so glad we did. I'm so glad we fought ahead and did that. Really am. But yeah. Anyway, I think I've rambled on quite long enough. But I just wondering what to call this. A busy week, I guess, because you work all week, but you're going out walking like a nutter to the point of exhaustion, just to try and work out your system. It's great working from home, but you got to get it out your system. So you go out for a walk. Walk. Today, of course, we were just walking. We had all the time in the world, but we just went walking. And that's it. But this weekend last weekend my brother-in-law came up to stay, and he really enjoyed it here. He loved it, and I'm glad he did, because he's thinking now he wouldn't mind living here, and that's good if he so wishes to do that. He's been on about moving away from Plymouth anyway. I don't know if he could because he works for the railway, you see. But there's logistics involved with it, because he doesn't work from home. But there's a possibility of a transfer to the Axmouth train station, which isn't that far away. He gets a short bus ride away, so he could do that, go to work there. But he's also thinking, oh well, even if he can't, he's not that long till he retires, and then once he retires, then he can move here permanently, and not have to worry about it. So there's all sorts of things going through his mind. But he came here, he had such a good time. It was his birthday as well, and we went out. We came back here, our beautiful courtyard garden, which is like a little beer garden, really. What in here? I don't know if you have them in America, but in England, pubs and bars and that, they often have what they call a beer garden, which is like an outdoor place where you can sit and drink your drinks and be with your friends or whoever, and you've got something nice to look at as well, a bit of greenery in it as well. It's just nice, and we got all our lights up and around. Wait until you see. It really is good. But anyway, he loved it. But this weekend, it's just my wife and I, so yeah, we're making the most of it. Anyway, guys, I think it'll be fair to call this Chill Repeat a busy week. And I'm going to leave it there. So thank you for watching this. If you've got this far through, then hey, thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, thank you, whoever is watching. Brilliant. I'm just keeping going. Keep on fighting a good fight. And I will be back. I'll be hobbying. I'll be my dream. I'll be doing tutorials. I'll be doing games. I'll be back to my old self, and I'm just healing now. I'm healing. That's what I'm doing. But I've obviously got a lot of words to use because I'm just rambling. But thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. If you don't mind, please give it a thumbs up the video, because that really, you have no idea. You might think, oh, he just likes to look at the number of thumbs ups. Well, yeah, but you have no idea how much that helps the algorithm, how much it helps YouTube push it. The more likes the video gets, the more it will recommend it to other people. It's the same with all the videos. The more likes, the more recommendations you get, and then consequently, the more views you get, and then the more subscribers you get, and that's, that. Just offloading it. But thanks, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you on another video. But remember, all brushes lead to war. See you then. Bye.